our single player series. In this episode, I aim to finish one of the projects that we have left over for a while, and that project is our spawn chunk. As you can see, currently it's just a big old island and there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I feel like this is the correct episode to do that work. So, what will need to be done here? Well, first of all, we will have to remove any spawnable area. And that's because everything inside the spawn chunks will constantly be loaded even when you're not here. And the spawn chunks are marked by this red line you can see here. So inside this area, we will have things constantly be running. That is one of the mechanics that we are abusing from our iron farm right here. Even though this isn't even close to our main base, it is in the spawn chunks, so it will constantly be running, which is very effective in terms of getting drops. However, it is extremely annoying when it comes to passive mob farms, because passive mobs are also able to spawn on these grass blocks, for example. And when they spawn on these grass blocks, they will fill up the passive mob cap. And we don't want that because we want to create a passive mob farm at some point. Another thing I want is a nice spawn. However, the player is only able to spawn within this red line, which should make it simple. But for some reason, it seems to not be so. Before doing this, I have done some testing in a creative world, and I find the spawning mechanics a bit weird. So I should spawn within this red line, right? And I tried testing with slabs, and then regular stone, and then all the way down, right? The thing is that when I do die, I respawn here, this first layer. And I can't really find an explanation for why it's not higher up or why it's not lower down. The thing that I can see though is that if there's only glass that I'm able to spawn on, I will spawn on it. However, if there's anything else, then I will get teleported to that. I tried to implement this in our survival world, and as you can see here, I have tried to create it both out of glass, out of stone, out of slabs. However, nothing I've done worked, and I have no idea why. I tried to do it underneath here as well, and when you use solid blocks it works fine. However, I wanted to use glass just because it's prettier, but it simply refuses to let you spawn on glass. It would rather place you outside of the desired area than on the glass. Yeah, which I find odd. Recording this episode has so far taken me over 3 tries. So you're likely going to see that there are a lot of builds that has appeared that you probably haven't seen before, and I'll be sure to mention them whenever they appear. Like the build right behind me. This is probably the simplest design for a Guardian farm that I have seen. By placing the player so high above the Guardian temple, it means that the player will only load a certain part of the water, and in that water is where you can see the Guardians spawn, as you can see right here. Using soul sand, we're able to teleport them quite quickly to the nether. That way they won't fill up the mob cap and they can respawn again. And as you can see right here, the drop rate is really good. And we want to have that integrated with our spawn as well. Now, the last thing that I want to be done is that I want to have an equipment station and have backup sets, so whenever we die, we just respawn, go to a shulker box or something, and grab a brand new set of items, so that we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. And lucky for us, we have the villager trading hall. Now, I've been spending a lot of time over here, trying just to get books up, all the books we could need, and I've also created these blacksmiths, I believe they are, blacksmiths and toolsmiths, that are able to trade one for one often, as you can see right here. So with that, we have all diamond tools we will ever need. We just need to enchant them now. So I will have to figure out a way of getting experience enough to do that. But the first job, I think, should be to remove this area and prepare it for what we have planned. Which probably also means we have to remove the iron farm. So let's do that. So I began removing this platform, and it just simply took way too long to do by hand. So I'd rather TNT we can use instead. Hopefully this will be faster and not ruin everything underneath here. Alright, yeah, that worked very well. Just have to move to that line. And just to test that we actually spawn in the great area, we do. Alright, that's great. Okay, I played around with it for a bit, and I think we'll settle on this instead. I will be honest and say that I kind of yoinked this from a picture I found on Google. I honestly didn't really have any ideas for what else to do. But I think here we will have some sugar boxes with some backup sets of armor that we can use. And I think that we will have to move our iron farm over here instead. So it will get sorted into here. We will use a composter here to transform it into bone meal there instead and keep the iron in this one. Now the main problem will be how to move this. I think in terms of collection this will do it. So yeah, we basically have the iron collection right here and the bone meal collection right here. There's a simple impulse SV item filter. Oh, it's modified a little bit, but it's basically the same thing. Right here. And in order to avoid too much redstone, I've just been using water right here. So the iron golems will land there and get killed, and the item can transport into here. I think that the design for the iron farm, we have this one here, and I'll move it up somewhere up here. And I think I'm just gonna build this one again. This is one of my own designs, and if you're interested, you can find a link for a video up in the top corner right here. Okay, so I've built now. The most difficult part, however, is getting these guys up there. And I really don't want to do this multiple times, so I'm trying to account for any possible things that can happen. I made this, made the water elevator, and I made sure to do it as a bubble water elevator because zombies can't swim. I placed the roofs over here. I've already placed in the pathways, and I've made sure that they will go all the way down here since they don't always work as they should. So yeah, this the more work I do before we start, the less pain it is after. And already something has went wrong. This guy immediately teleported to the block. Okay, well, can't foresee everything, I guess. Hopefully the rest will be easier. So let's try get all these over there. I think we should be safe now to remove one more. Is there any smart way of doing this? I have to do it the long way. Don't take any chances. I actually feel kind of nervous doing this. Oh yeah, this is one thing I actually have not thought of. Can I cheat this bit? Yeah, perfect. Alright, so and maybe place a few blocks over there. I think we can destroy this now, risk-free. Okay, perfect. Can we get these two up? I can follow them. And you're in. Fantastic. And this guy will get in any second now. Now we just need to get the last one. Alright, so again, trying to be smart about this. I think that if I do like this, yes, he will get moved up over here. I have to. Yeah, perfect. I actually remember the zombie actually being probably the worst one to get back in the day. He's not very cooperative right now. I don't think this guy wants to get out. He's just accepted this to be his home now. Can I lock this up? Yes. Oh, there we go. Slowly but surely. Hey, we got him. Alright, please just go in first try. That would be very nice. Hey, fantastic. I actually think this went pretty much as well as it could have. Huh, awesome. Hey, it works! Fantastic. And it landed where it was supposed to. That's awesome. Now I'm wondering, does it get sorted as it should? The iron goes there. Probably goes in here. why does... Oh. Damn, they're falling fast. I'm actually really impressed. Even though I made this myself, because of the long time it takes for them to kill them, it's pretty much constantly pumping out the iron golems. Since they leave the area that is very close to where the zombie is, the counter kind of resets almost immediately. So we should see that within not too long a new one should spawn. Maybe I've just been lucky and seeing them. Yeah, look at that! Lastly, we need to figure out what kind of ammo we need to have in our backup. And I've been playing around a bit trying to figure out what the best enchantments are, because I was thinking that I want to be able to survive a creeper attack. So for that I would need some blast protection. I want to be able to survive at least a little bit in lava, so that in case I fall down by accident I'm able to get up. And I thought it would be necessary to have blast protection on some of my armor and fire protection on some of the others. However, as you can see right here, if I stand even all this way close, right, I don't die, even though I only have protection armor, right? And if I fall into this lava right here, I can actually go all the way down and all the way up without dying. I don't know, that won't kill me. So I think we can actually just go with regular protection. Why am I gonna... Okay, close enough at least. Okay, having one piece of fire protection seems to actually help a lot, so I think we'll do that. Alright, so I've been trying to figure out exactly what enchantment we want to have on these tools. And let's start with the armor. Mending is gonna be in everything. Unbreaking as well is gonna be in everything. I want protection on the helmets and on the boots, and then fire protection on the leggings. Then restoration and aqua affinity on the helmets, so I can do things underwater. And feather falling, because you always need feather falling. And depth strider, just because it's really nice to have. For the weapons, for the pickaxes, well, I'm gonna have mending on everything first of all, except the bow, because I want infinity, and you can't have both mending and infinity on at the same time. And then I want unbreaking on everything. Then efficiency 5 on everything I can, power 5 for the bow, and sharpness 5 for the sword. And where was I? Yeah, self-touch for one of the pickaxes, fortune 3 for another pickaxe. I want sharpness 5 on my axe, because as you can see right here, I mainly use just an axe for this one to save a slot in my hotbar. Then for the shovel, I want self-touch. Oh, 1 second. Okay, let's try again. And for the shovel, I want self-touch, since I ever only use the shovel to gather gravel, for example, and it would be very annoying if all of that turned into flint. Whenever I need anything like flint, I would usually just use another tool and get one. Infinity, I said, for the bow, and looting 3 for the sword. Now, the thing is that this is for each item, and we have a lot of items to do. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of work off camera. We still also need a weaponsmith, I need a better unbreaking guy, and I think this is just going to be multiple days of, likely multiple days of enchanting, just at the Enderman farm with an AFK autoclicker or something. I'm kinda already regretting this. I just realized that mending alone is going to take 9 shulker boxes. Oh. Okay, I'm almost done getting all the books we need now. This has taken 4-5 hours so far, I think, in total. The only thing I'm really liking is Sweeping Edge, so because I only have Sweeping Edge 2, so I'm gonna have to combine these. It's taking a bit longer. And yeah, a few unbreaking books. But yeah, these are all the books we're gonna need. I think this is gonna be the last two. Oh yeah. Alrighty, that whole session took 3-4 days. Oh, a long time at least. But we've managed to get more or less it all, I think. And with some decent enchantment as well. As well as that, I have been just using a bit of time to get some food ready here in case. Arrows, fire rockets. I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm forgetting. There probably is. I also just kind of realized that our own toolbox, the ones we're gonna use like when we're normally around, is kind of empty. Maybe we should fill it up, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. And one thing we need is that the elytras, we only have 2 backups, which is not enough, definitely. But yeah, that will be something for another time. But nevertheless, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.